I did not think I had to make this video. Blonde is exploitative and I absolutely hate that this is true. Look, on paper to me, this was going to be a good movie. Andrew Dominik is no amateur filmmaker making a few bangers along his career. Ana de Armas has solidified herself in Hollywood as a solid A-lister at this point. She typically picks good movies besides that terrible Eli Roth movie. Even from the trailers, I thought this would have been good. It looked like it was going to be this year's even more ambitious Spencer. I believed this even with the context of this wasn't going to be a true biopic. I knew there was going to be some falsehoods included in this movie. He's always been transparent about this. Here's the thing, I don't know a thing about her. From what I've heard, she's a solid person that's been through a lot. I am not going to sit here and just point out everything that didn't happen in real life. Before this movie, I saw people saying, go protest Blonde and don't see it, it's not true. And I usually tend to be on the side of, well, this is pretty stupid. Especially when the director has been transparent about this not being a biopic. Quite frankly, I am a tough person to sell the exploitative argument to when it comes to film. I am fully transparent when it comes to my viewing experience. I did not finish this movie. I got about 2 hours into this movie. I was getting no added value by the second. No, it's not because it was too disgusting and making my body cringe and I had to look away. I'm a fan of way too many Gaspar Noé movies for you to recite that horrendous argument. I am not a prude. You can look at my letterbox to see a bunch of disgusting movies I've highly rated. Miss me with that bullshit. I hate that I'm saying this, but this is a pretentious ass film and it's got a very toxic fan base. If someone enjoys this movie, fine, go ahead. Don't bully them. I don't need to be constantly berated by people who enjoy watching abuse for 3 hours shot with a David Lynch filter on it. We did not miss anything, I promise you, when we watched this movie. You ever watch a movie and a movie is just trying to insist an idea in your head that they just keep showing you scenes demonstrating the exact same one-dimensional idea? That is somehow this entire movie. Here's abuse, guys. Doesn't this stink? Wow, so groundbreaking, Andrew. Just keep doing that for the entire runtime. Alright, let's get into this. Blonde wants to beat you over the head with all the exploitation and abuse that Monroe has gone through in her life, and demonstrate what abuse does to a person. What is Dominik's action plan on how to achieve this with this film? Well, we fellas are going to make a movie exploiting Miss Monroe. This movie, at times, legitimately feels like torture invented by a fascist government to extract information. I came into this film wanting to like it. I promise you this is true. And what I got was a Lynchian, surface-level, borderline unprofessional movie about a woman's trauma. I do think men can make movies about a woman's story and vice versa. To an extent. This is the extent. I'll even let it slide with men, okay? This was more surface level than men. I have no idea why this Kiwi who has never seen a Monroe movie was so fascinated and drawn to making this film. Mind you, this was a film that he's had in mind for a long time. Just every scene is so morbid and adds nothing to the conversation and says absolutely nothing. The sound mixing is terrible for some reason, the Lynchian stuff just doesn't hit for me, and that's coming from a Lynch fan here. The editing is obnoxious and full of itself, and I just hate everything about this. I just ask a simple question here, Mr. Dominik. You want to make a film about trauma, fame, abuse, and exploitation. I hear you. Why does it have to be Marilyn Monroe? Why can't this be a fictional character? Talking CGI fetus was not on my bingo board of 2022. Look, I watched this movie, well, mostly. It's a pretty strong anti-abortion movie for no reason. Guys, she never had an abortion. I have no idea why this movie is so anti-abortion. Planned Parenthood was right. There are 3 redeeming qualities to this film: Ana de Armas, cinematography, and the score. That's it. I don't even feel like talking about the pros. This is a strong 1 out of 10 for me. I don't care that the cinematography is good. If Terrence Malick shot a turd for 3 hours, would you rate it any higher?